taking calcium pills every day might be the worst decision for anyone looking to keep their bones strong after 60. It sounds shocking, but that's the reality many American studies have already revealed. While millions believe they're protecting themselves from fractures and osteoporosis, research shows that excess calcium from supplements can end up in the wrong places, like the arteries of the heart, increasing the risk of heart attacks or strokes. Now think with me. Do you know someone who's been taking calcium for years and still ended up with osteoporosis or a fracture? That's not an isolated case. In the US, the CDC warns that 1 in 4 adults over 65 suffers a fall each year. And many of these falls lead to serious consequences like loss of independence or even the need for long-term care. But here's the good news. There are natural, affordable, and delicious foods that can strengthen your bones far more effectively than relying on pills alone. And some of them might surprise you. Before we dive in, drop a comment below telling me which city or state in the US are you watching this video from. I'd love to see how far this message travels. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the Age with Strength channel for more natural and powerful health tips. One important reminder, this video is for educational purposes only and does not replace medical or nutritional advice. Always consult your doctor before making changes. To your health routine, get ready today. We're revealing the most common bone health mistakes and the 5 foods that science has proven to be surprising allies in the fight against osteoporosis and loss of independence. Many people believe that popping a daily calcium pill is enough to keep their bones strong. That idea was repeated for decades, but now we know it's incomplete and even dangerous. Studies from institutions like the Mayo Clinic and the National Institutes of Health show that excess calcium, when not properly absorbed by the bones, can build up in the arteries, leading to calcification and raising the risk of heart disease. To put it simply, think of calcium as a building brick. It's essential, but if you scatter bricks around without cement or a builder's guidance, you don't get a house, you get a mess. The same goes for your body. Without nutrients like vitamin D, vitamin K2, and magnesium, calcium gets lost and can settle where it shouldn't. That's why so many people, even after years of taking calcium, still struggle with bone loss. The issue isn't just about how much calcium you get, it's about how your body metabolizes and uses it. Science has made it clear, calcium supplements alone aren't enough. The real secret lies in a smart combination of diet, lifestyle, and nutrients that work together. In the next few minutes, you'll discover what those nutrients are, and more importantly, which everyday but often overlooked foods can transform the way your body actually uses calcium. When we talk about strong bones, calcium is always the first thing that comes to mind. But what many people forget is that without vitamin D, calcium can't even make its way into the bones. Vitamin D acts like a key. It unlocks the bone cells so calcium can be absorbed and locked into your skeleton. Without that key, calcium just floats around in your bloodstream without doing its job. In the US, it's estimated that over 40% of adults are deficient in vitamin D. According to the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, NHANES, this deficiency is even more common in people over 60, since aging skin produces less vitamin D when exposed to sunlight. Plus, many spend less time outdoors, which only makes the problem worse. And the lack of vitamin D doesn't just lead to brittle bones. It's linked to higher risks of falls, muscle weakness, and even immune problems. It's like having all the materials to build a house, but no key to open the storage room where the bricks are kept. Nothing gets done. That's why doctors at the Cleveland Clinic strongly emphasize the importance of maintaining healthy vitamin D levels, whether through moderate sun exposure, eating foods like salmon, sardines, egg yolks, and mushrooms, or in some cases, through professional supplementation. Now that you understand the role of vitamin D, let's talk about another, lesser known but absolutely crucial nutrient for guiding calcium to the right place: vitamin K2. If vitamin D is the key that opens the door for calcium to enter the bones, vitamin K2 is the GPS that ensures the calcium ends up where it's supposed to go. Without it, calcium can end up in dangerous places like your arteries or kidneys, increasing the risk of unwanted calcification. Studies published in the Journal of the American Heart Association show that a lack of vitamin K2 is linked to greater arterial stiffness, and higher cardiovascular risk. In other words, taking calcium without the support of vitamin K2 might strengthen your bones a bit, but it could also weaken your heart and blood vessels. Vitamin K2's main job is to activate proteins that anchor calcium into the skeleton, preventing it from wandering into the wrong parts of your body. Think of it as the builder who takes each brick and places it exactly where it should go, making sure the structure is strong and stable. Without that builder, the bricks just get scattered all over the place. Despite its importance, vitamin K2 is still not widely known. You can find it in foods like aged cheeses, egg yolks from free-range chickens, and most notably in natto, a traditional Japanese dish made from fermented soybeans. But in the US, very few people regularly eat these foods, which explains why K2 deficiency is so common. That's why more and more healthy aging experts are recommending that, along with vitamin D, adults over 60 make sure they're getting enough vitamin K2 through their diet. This combination is key to making sure calcium ends up exactly where it should be, in your bones and teeth, not clogging your arteries. And now that we've covered the essential nutrients, it's time to kick off our countdown of the 5 most surprising foods that naturally help strengthen your bones. Let's start with number 5. A delicious food that's loaded with protein and vitamin D. The 5th food, wild salmon. Most people don't think of fish when it comes to bone health. Usually the conversation is all about milk, cheese, or supplements. But wild salmon is a true natural remedy for bones, and science has confirmed that over and over. First, there's the vitamin D. Without it, calcium can't make its way from the intestines to the bones. The issue is, more than 40% of adults in the US are deficient in vitamin D. According to the NIH, that percentage is even higher among older adults, since aging skin produces less vitamin D from sun exposure. But here's the good news. Just one serving of wild salmon can provide up to 100% of your daily vitamin D needs, helping correct this widespread deficiency. But that's not all. Salmon is also one of the best sources of lean protein. Picture your bones as a building. Calcium is the cement, but protein is the steel frame that holds it all together. Without that structure, the cement becomes brittle, and the whole building risks collapsing. That's why people with low-protein diets tend to have weaker bones, even if they consume a lot of calcium. Another major benefit of salmon is its omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats help reduce chronic inflammation, one of the hidden drivers of osteoporosis. Research from the Harvard School of Public Health has shown that older adults who consume more omega-3 South have greater bone density and a lower risk of fractures. In simple terms, salmon not only helps you build strong bones, it also helps protect them from the silent damage caused by inflammation. And here's another interesting detail. Wild salmon contains small amounts of astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant that gives it that vibrant orange color. This compound helps fight oxidative stress, another key factor that speeds up bone weakening as we age. For all these reasons, including wild salmon in your meals at least twice a week could be one of the most effective ways to strengthen both your bones and muscles, helping to prevent falls and fractures. It's no surprise that many American nutritionists call this fish the superfood of healthy aging. And if salmon already sounds like a powerful ally against osteoporosis, just wait until you see the next item on our list. It doesn't come from the sea, it comes from the earth. It's green, affordable, and packed with a mineral blend that works like living bricks to help build dense, resilient bones. The 4th food, spinach and kale. Now, when we talk about leafy greens, a lot of people tend to turn up their noses. But when it comes to bone health, they're the quiet heroes. And among all leafy vegetables, spinach and kale deserve special attention. These greens are loaded with plant-based calcium, magnesium, vitamin K, and antioxidants, a combination that forms a protective shield against bone loss. Let's start with the calcium. While most people think of dairy when they hear calcium, the calcium found in vegetables like spinach and kale has a unique advantage. It comes along with fiber, antioxidants, and phytonutrients that reduce inflammation and support not just bone strength, but also immune function. Studies from the Harvard School of Public Health show that people who eat more leafy greens tend to have denser bones and a lower risk of fractures. And it doesn't stop there. These veggies are also excellent sources of vitamin K1, which plays a crucial role in activating the proteins that anchor calcium to your bones. Think of calcium as the brick and vitamin K1 as the mortar that locks it into place. Without that glue, calcium can't hold properly. And that's one reason populations with high leafy green intake tend to have lower rates of osteoporosis. Another key player here is magnesium. Often overlooked, magnesium is involved in over 300 body processes, including the formation of the bone matrix. It helps balance calcium levels in the blood, preventing it from ending up where it doesn't belong, like in the arteries. In practical terms, without enough magnesium, your body simply can't use calcium effectively, and there's more. The antioxidants in spinach and kale also fight oxidative stress, a silent process that speeds up the aging of bone cells. You can think of it as an invisible rust that weakens the skeleton over time. When you add these greens to your plate, you're basically applying a protective coating to your bones. For Americans, here's a practical tip. Try incorporating these veggies in simple ways throughout the day. A massaged kale salad at lunch, some sautéed spinach with dinner, or even blending them into your morning smoothie. The key is consistency. The benefits come with regular consumption, not from one-off servings. And if leafy greens already seem like powerful allies, just wait until you see what's next on our list. Small, crunchy, and easy to carry in your pocket. This next food delivers exactly the mineral that's often missing from the diets of people trying to build strong bones. The third food, almonds. Out of all the grab-and-go snack options, almonds deserve a special spot in the routine of anyone looking to keep their bones. Strong after 60, small in size but huge in nutrients, they offer magnesium, calcium, protein, and healthy fats, exactly what your body needs to keep its bone structure solid and resilient. The real star here is magnesium. Think of it as the conductor of the mineral orchestra. Without magnesium, calcium isn't properly utilized, and vitamin D can't do its job effectively either. According to data from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, a large portion of the American population consumes less magnesium than they should, and that significantly increases the risk of bone fragility. Just a handful of almonds can help bridge that gap in a simple and tasty way. But almonds don't just deliver magnesium, they also provide a decent dose of plant-based calcium, along with proteins that help strengthen the bone matrix, the internal structure that holds calcium in place, like the steel framework of a building. Without enough protein, calcium has no stable base to anchor itself to, making bones more prone to fractures. Another major benefit is the healthy fats, especially monounsaturated fats. These help reduce inflammation in the body, which is crucial. Since chronic inflammation is one of the silent culprits behind accelerated bone loss, you can think of these good fats as a kind of lubricant that helps preserve both your bones and joints. And there's one more bonus. Almonds are rich in antioxidants, especially vitamin E, which helps protect cells from oxidative stress. That protection matters because, over time, excess free radicals in the body act like internal rust, slowly corroding the skeleton from within. Adding almonds to your routine is incredibly easy. Toss a handful into your breakfast yogurt. Enjoy them as an afternoon snack, or sprinkle some into a salad. No need to go overboard. Around 20 to 25 almonds a day can deliver impressive benefits without overwhelming your calorie intake. Now, if almonds impressed you with their nutritional punch, the next food on our countdown might be even more surprising. It's simple, inexpensive, found in nearly every American pantry, and yet very few people realize it's a true ally in the fight against osteoporosis. Black beans, the second food. Black beans, when we think of bone-building foods, black beans usually don't make the list, but they're actually a hidden gem, rich in magnesium, phosphorus, plant-based protein, and fiber. This humble and affordable food can help build stronger bones and lower the risk of osteoporosis. Magnesium, found in generous amounts in black beans, is one of the most overlooked minerals in the American diet. According to the NIH, nearly half the U.S. population consumes less magnesium than they need. That's a concern, because magnesium is essential for converting vitamin D into its active form, the form that actually allows calcium to be absorbed into the bones. Without enough magnesium, vitamin D loses much of its power. Black beans are also an excellent source of phosphorus. If calcium is the cement of your bones, phosphorus is its indispensable partner, giving structure and firmness. Together, they form hydroxyapatite, the crystal that makes up most of your bone's mineral density. A phosphorus-deficient diet leaves your skeleton more vulnerable, and black beans help fill that gap. Then there's the plant-based protein. Many people over 60 reduce their meat intake for digestive or financial reasons, which can lead to protein deficiency. Black beans offer a nutritious and budget-friendly way to get those essential amino acids, supporting the bone matrix and helping maintain skeletal strength. And let's not forget the fiber. Beyond promoting better digestion, fiber helps control blood sugar and cholesterol, both of which, when out of balance, can increase inflammation and negatively affect long-term bone health. It's an indirect line of defense, but a powerful one. What's really fascinating is that studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that diets rich in legumes like beans are associated with a lower risk of fractures in older adults. That's because these foods deliver a complete package of nutrients that work in synergy. And adding black beans to your diet couldn't be easier. A soup, a chili, or a simple bowl of rice and beans. All common and affordable meals in the U.S., the key is consistency. Eating black beans a few times a week can do more for your bones than relying solely on calcium supplements. And if black beans were already a surprise, get ready, the #1 food on our list is even more unexpected. It's small, sweet, and often underestimated. Yet research in the United States suggests it may not only prevent bone loss, but even reverse some of it. The #1 food, prunes, of all the food science is studied in relation to bone health. Few have shown results as surprising as prunes, small, sweet, and often remembered only as a natural remedy for constipation. They actually pack a powerful punch that goes far beyond digestion. Studies from American universities have shown that eating prunes daily can not only help prevent osteoporosis, it can even reverse bone loss in older adults. Researchers at Florida State University and Oklahoma State University followed postmenopausal women, a group particularly vulnerable to osteoporosis. These women ate 5 to 6 prunes a day for several months. The results? Significant improvements in bone mineral density, especially in the spine and hips, the two areas most at risk for fractures in seniors. So, how does it work? Prunes are rich in polyphenols, antioxidants that fight inflammation and oxidative stress in the bones. Think of these compounds as warriors battling the invisible rust that weakens the skeletal structure over time. On top of that, prunes provide boron, a little-known mineral that's essential for metabolizing calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. In other words, prunes help fine-tune your body's nutrient management system for building strong bones. There's more. The fiber in prunes helps regulate digestion, which indirectly improves the absorption of minerals. After all, if your digestive system isn't working properly, your body can't absorb calcium and magnesium efficiently. So, with prunes, you get a double win: stronger bones and better digestion. And perhaps the best part, they're incredibly easy to add to your daily routine. Just 5 or 6 prunes a day, as a snack, mixed into yogurt, or chopped up in a salad, is enough to see real benefits. No need for large quantities. Think of prunes as a true longevity secret. While many people spend a fortune on fancy supplements, science shows that this simple, affordable, and widely available fruit can offer powerful protection against one of the biggest threats to independence in later life: bone fragility. Now that we've revealed the top 5 foods in our countdown, it's time to bring it all together into practical strategies, so you know exactly how to build a bone-strengthening diet and maintain your independence after 60. Now that you know the essential nutrients and the top 5 bone-boosting foods, the big question is, how do you turn all of this into a practical, no-stress routine? After all, knowing what's good isn't enough. You need to apply it in a way that's simple, enjoyable, and sustainable. The first step is consistency. Eating spinach once a month or having prunes once in a blue moon won't cut it. The body builds strong bones gradually, like a savings account that grows through small, steady deposits. So aim to include these foods several times a week, or even daily, in small portions. Next, think variety. No single food works miracles. The magic is in the combination. Salmon gives you vitamin D and protein. Leafy greens provide calcium and vitamin K. Almonds offer magnesium and healthy fats. Black beans supply phosphorus and plant-based protein. and prunes bring powerful antioxidants. Together, they form a true army of protection against osteoporosis. Another key habit is making sure your body can absorb these nutrients. It's no use eating calcium-rich foods if your body can't use the calcium properly. That's why it's important to get some moderate sun exposure to activate vitamin D. Eat foods rich in vitamin K2 like aged cheeses and eggs, and keep your gut healthy so your body can absorb minerals efficiently. Let's not forget about physical activity. Bones respond to movement. Walking, resistance exercises with bands or light weights, even gardening. All of these stimulate bone strengthening. Think of your bones like muscles. They need regular stimulation to stay strong. The National Osteoporosis Foundation emphasizes that consistent exercise is just as important as nutrition. And here's a practical tip. Try to cut back on things that harm your bones. Excessive alcohol, smoking, and too much soda, especially those high in phosphorus, can throw off your calcium balance. Reducing these harmful habits is just as important as adding the right foods. Lastly, be sure to keep up with regular checkups and blood work. Talk to your doctor about your vitamin D, calcium levels, and bone density. That way, you can fine-tune your diet and, if needed, your supplements in a way that's personalized and safe. With just a few daily changes, swapping out an ultra-processed snack for a handful of almonds, adding beans to lunch, cooking salmon for dinner, and ending the day with a few prunes, you can build a powerful prevention routine, one that protects your bones and helps you stay independent and full of vitality for years to come. And now that we've covered all this practical, science-backed information, it's time to wrap up the video with a special message and an important invitation just for you, who's ready to keep going on this journey toward natural, lasting health. Did you know there are hundreds of natural solutions proven, safe, and right at your fingertips to relieve pain, regulate blood pressure, improve sleep and digestion, and even support diabetes management in a natural and complementary way? If you're looking for a smarter, more natural, and more effective path to take care of your health, then you need to check out the Natural Healing Guide. This complete ebook brings together the very best of natural medicine, herbs, essential oils, supplements, and home remedies for blood pressure, cholesterol, anxiety, pain, skin health, and much more. And the best part, it offers clear, safe, and practical guidance, even if you're just starting out. The link is in the first pinned comment on this video. Don't miss it. Taking care of your bones is about more than just preventing fractures. It's about protecting your independence, your mobility, and your quality of life. Because in the end, it's not just about living longer, it's about living those years with energy, freedom, and the ability to do what you love. Today, you learned that you don't have to rely only on calcium pills. Simple foods like salmon, leafy greens, almonds, black beans, and prunes can become powerful allies in your daily routine. Small choices made every day build a solid foundation for a safer, healthier future. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these foods surprised you the most? Do you already eat any of them regularly? And which one are you going to add to your plate starting today? Leave your answer down in the comments. I'd love to know. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and keep following Age with Strength for more practical knowledge and natural strategies for healthy living. And remember, aging is inevitable, but aging with strength, health, and independence is a choice you can make every single day.